Good day, student. So we have finished chapter 18, and you should notice that I didn't ask you to do end of unit review because I want to save it when we do revision next time. So just keep save it first for the time being. Then we have to move on to chapter 2, which is sequence. Sequence is also a topic which is important in a checkpoint and IG also. If you learn it right now, next time you also can carry on your knowledge to next year. Okay, let's see the first section subtopic of this topic. Okay, we have the first one, generating sequences. Okay, sequence is about, you have two types of sequence. From here you can see we have a linear sequence and the other one is non-linear sequence. So far we only need to learn linear sequence. We only need to learn linear sequence for especially when asked you to find generating position to turn rule. That one is only limited to linear sequence. Non-linear, we do it next time when you are in year 10. And okay, so let's see one of the example. What is the meaning of linear sequence and non-linear? Okay, linear sequence is every terms to terms you are going to plus or minus with the same figure. Just like for example in this case, so we have the term is the one that is the question is 20 become 30 and so on. After that, 30 become as 20 become 30 is actually like plus 10. After you keep plusing 10, plus 10, plus 10. So you can see every time when we move to the second term or third term, it's always plus 10. So this is what we call as linear sequence because every time you plus 10, okay? But for minus also the same. So you can see 20 becomes 17 is like minus 3. 17 become 14 is minus another 3. And when you keep minus 3, you have the same figure that is called linear sequence. So you cannot multiply, you also cannot divide. If you multiply and divide, that is not considered as a linear sequence anymore. So the next thing is what we need to learn is what is this called by term to term rule. Another one is called position to term rule. These are the two things that you are learning for this chapter. Okay, so back to this example here. You can see from here, term is the question, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 is a question. What is that position number means? Position number is the status, the status of the first the term. This is the first term. That's why we consider it as one, the first number. And this is the second number. This is the third number, the fourth and the fifth, and so on. You have many more coming. Okay. So term to term rule is very easy. As I said, we just have to find the difference between each of them. Let's say this one this is like plus 10. Oh, right. Every time it's plus 10. So your term to term rule is you can write answer as 8, 10. Or you can just write plus 10 also can. So plus 10. This is so-called, what is that called by term to term rule, because it's the rule between two terms, like from one term to another one. So your term to term, the rule is 8, 10 or plus 10. This is your answer. Okay, you can write these two as answer. And don't talk about this position first. And let's see the second example. This one is like minus 3, right? Minus 3, every time minus 3. So your term to term rule will be minus 3. Okay, minus 3. You can write in this symbol or just use word to write down minus 3. Okay, so the position to term rule. Okay, I will teach you an easy way to get the answer. As long as you see what is this, the term to term rule, and when you see a 10 here, that means you always couple it with multiply it with what we call as position number. Position number is the number the one on the table, on the one on top. Let's see first, position number. So whatever you have from here, like 8, 10, plus 10. So that will be 10 multiply the position number. Position number here is this thing. This is called position number. Then you just write in words position number. That's all. Okay. But then after that, right, you need to judge whether this is the sequence, this is the answer or not, by putting 1 inside, replace position number as 1. So 10 times 1, 10 will times 1. Then you notice that you only have 10, but our answer is 20. That means you short of another 10. So that means you need to plus another 10. So that to make the answer complete. Then this is the complete answer. Position to term rule be 10 multiply position number plus 10. Where is this 10 from? Because when you multiply 10 to 1, the position number is 1. Look at number 1. So then you only have 10 here. This part only have 10. So you need to plus another 10 in order to reach our question, which is 20 right here. All right. So this is how we get what is it called by position to term rule. Okay. Next one, look at this position to term rule for the minus one. For the minus one. So basically, it is the same. When you have minus 3 for the term to term rule, all you have to do is you couple it this with position number. Just write position number in words like that. Position number, and then after that multiply it with minus 3. In this case, it's minus 3 because it's keep reducing 3. So then after that, you need to know whether this is justifying to make the answer or not. If not, then we have to do something. So you can see from here. Let's now change the position number. This one become 1. So that means you have minus 3 multiply 1. You only got minus 3, right? If you multiply 1, you got minus 3. But you can see our answer here is 20. It's not minus 3. That means you need to plus 23. Okay? Because when 23 minus 3, only you get 20 back. This is how I get the answer from. So position to term rule. Remember, your rules always with this word, position number, the words here, will multiply with the term to term rule here, minus 3. And then you look at the first term here, which is 20 in this case. So you try to multiply it with 1 for this, negative 3 multiply 1, then you get minus 3. But what we want is actually 20, not minus 3. So you need to plus 23 in order to get 20 back. So this is how we solve the problem of position to term rule. Okay. So basically, you only have 2 types. One is plus 1, this type, and the other one will be the minus 1. You can use the same method to answer every single question of this type. All right. Okay, next one. Let's see some example from the textbook. Okay. Okay, this one, yeah. All right, this one I clear it off first so that I can write something. Okay, next to question 2. All right, question 2. Okay, ignore this. Okay, now let's see question 2. All right, question 2. Question 2, let's say do the question asks you to write down the first 4 terms in each sequence. Let's do D. Let's do D. Let's do D. In this case, you can see just how I said we don't have multiply and divide, but this one, why you have divide? Because this question is quite easy. It is only asking you to write out the terms and not ask you to write out position to term rule. What I mean is we only have plus and minus type of question if the question asks you to find position to term rule. Right? You may have term to term rule, you need to write down times and divide only also, but then they will never ask you about position to term rule. For this case, they ask you to write down the first 4 terms of this sequence. It says the first term is 24. That means you will start with 24, right? Then the term to term rule is divide by 2. That means every time you need to divide by 2. So you need to write down 4 of them. When you divide by 2, you get 12. After that, you'll get 6. And then after that, you get 3. Now, this is the answer. 24, 12, 6, and 3 will be the answer for 2D. 2D. Okay? This is how we solve the problem. Okay, next one. Let's see question 5. Question 5 here. they ask you to use the position to term rules to work out the first 4 terms on each sequence. Okay, it's quite easy. Okay, also, let's see question number C. Question C. So the question asks for the term is actually the position number square plus 4. So they ask you to write down the first 4. What you do is actually you just have to substitute this position number as 1 first. So 1, then you square, then you plus 4. Okay, then you have the answer as 5. That means the first term will be 5. Okay, so the next term will be 2 square plus 4. Okay, then you have 2 square, you get 4. 4 plus 4, you get 8. So the second term will be 8. Okay, then after that followed by 3 square plus 4. Right, you can see I always change the position number as 1, 2, 3, and then after that 4. Okay, this is because the question asks you to find out the first 4 term. This is the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So you just have to get the answer out. So you have 9 here. 9 plus 4, you get 13. And then this is 16. 16 plus 4, you get 20. Okay, so basically these 4 answers are the answer for the for 5C, for question 5C. This is how we do it. You just have to replace the position number, these two words as number like 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is what we call as the first 4 term. Okay, so I think what else? Okay. Number 7 is a bit different. It says the third term is 25. That I write it out here. The third term is 25. Okay, and the fifth term, the fifth term is 15 so much 73 here. Okay, in this case, then the question asks you to choose from A, B, C, D. This one A, B, C, D. They give you the answer. Which one represent this sequence? So what you do is just you have to try it out one by one. Right? We replace the position number. Like let's say I choose I try out D. Let's say I try out D whether it's correct or not. So I will change 9 times 3. 9 times 3, I get 27. 27 minus 2, yes, I get 25. It's correct, all right? But then I need to try the second one. 9 times 5 first. 9 times 5, you get 45. 45, then you minus 2. By right, you should get only 43 if this is the correct answer. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 minus 2 is 43 only. But our question now is 73. That means D is not the answer. Okay, so you try it out for this A, B, C and see which ones is the best represent this sequence. This is the question. All right, so later on you try out the question, and that's all for this time. And we will still have 2 lessons to go before we finish this chapter. Okay, thank you.